You can't just look at this so one-sided. Okay, disclaimer here. I care about everybody, right? I care that people live, and I care when they die. And don't mistake my logic for thinking that I'm being insincere or I don't care about people's lives. Okay, that being said, let's get that out of the way, okay? There is a topic that's come up lately with a heck of a lot of debate. A lot, right? And I see myself on Facebook even starting to get into these debates and these arguments with people who are looking at this subject so one-sided, this subject of opening the economy, right, versus saving lives, okay? Now, recently, Trump came out and he said he'd be excited. You know, he hopes that the economy can be back up and running and lockdowns and shutdowns lifted by Easter.
I said earlier today that I hope we can do this by Easter. I think that would be a great thing for our country, and we're all working very hard to make that a reality. We'll be meeting with a lot of people to see if it can be done. Easter is a very special day for many reasons. For me, for a lot of our friends, that's a very special day. And what a great timeline this would be. Easter as our timeline, what a great timeline that would be.
Right? He says soon, hopefully very soon. Now, Trump, he's very optimistic, right? Obviously, he's coming off of, this is a difficult time for Trump, tell you what, because he was coming off in February of record high employment, record high stock market, record low unemployment, record low unemployment, record low black unemployment, women unemployment. Like, it was the best, he had said, and by some metrics, you could agree with this, that he was coming off of the best economy in the world that the United States has ever had, right? So it was a really big time for Trump. So Trump cares about people, right? He cares about what happens to the citizens of the United States, but he also recognizes, being a businessman, how important the economy is in the long run, right? So one big argument that I've been hearing lately is that if we happen to go into a recession, right, we always come out of it. So why not keep the lockdown in place? Why not keep the shutdown in place? Because even if we do go into a recession, eventually we will come out of it. Now, here's the problem that I have with that argument, right? Because they're comparing lives being saved from flattening the curve to economic downturn. And here's the thing, right? I understand staying inside, lockdown, social distancing, quarantine, everything. I understand all of that, and I know it's important. But I also understand that to function as a society, we need a good economy. We need a strong economy. Now, there's an argument to be made versus loss of life and quality of life. So, yes, an argument, even though the death rate, right, for this coronavirus is very, very low, there is an argument to be made that more people will die the sooner we open basically society up again. There is. It's true, right? It's definitely true that we could have a higher mortality rate, higher deaths, more deaths in the United States because we open the economy. But on the flip side, if we don't open the economy, right, if we keep it shut down, we could head into a recession, right? We could head into Great Depression type of situation. And here's the problem with that. Me personally, right? Let me apply it to my life. The last thing I want is for my company to close down because we don't have jobs anymore that we can go to, because no work is being done, because the economy is taking a crap, right? Nobody wants to invest money in construction. That's what I do. So all of a sudden, I'm out of a job. I have to find another job, and I guarantee you I'm not going to find one in a recession that pays as well as mine pays right now. So what does that mean? I can't make my mortgage, right? So I lose my house. I can't pay for my vehicles, right? I lose my vehicles. So I have no house, no job, no pay, right? And what am I supposed to do with 4 kids and a wife? Huh? What am I supposed to do? My quality of life is now terrible. It's plummeted, completely plummeted, and that will be the case for millions of Americans. So when you're sitting there thinking Trump is an idiot because he wants to open the economy sooner, think about the lives that need to be saved. Well, think about the lives that need to be saved in a recession, right? There are millions of Americans that will be impacted. Millions of Americans will default on their mortgage. Millions of Americans will lose their jobs, right? It could be the worst recession that we have ever seen. With all of the, and not to mention, by the way, if we go into a recession, we're going to have huge companies that provide a huge output to the GDP go under, and they will no longer contribute to the GDP, which will only increase the length of the recession. So you get off that. Get off your hype. Stop talking about flattening the curve. I understand flattening the curve, and we're doing everything we can, right? But we need to focus on the economy too. It's the other part of the equation. Both parts of the equation are equally important. But right now, people are thinking that saving lives by flattening the curve is more important than the economy, when in reality, they're both very important. Lives being lost is a terrible thing, but so is families with children, husbands with wives that can't eat because they can't provide food for their family, and the government can only do so much to help out. Welfare and unemployment can only do so much, right? And what we'll experience is more difficult times than we've ever experienced in our entire lifetime, right? Possibly ever in the history of the United States, the way things look right now. So let's stop talking about that. Let's stop talking about how lives are more important than the economy. They're both equally important. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Hopefully you understand that both are equally important. I care about lives, but I also care about the economy. And no, it's not just money. It's not just bailing out big companies, but it's the fact that we need a strong economy to survive and to be happy. Saved lives does not outweigh happiness as a whole in the American people and being able to provide for basic essential needs, right? Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and comment down below. What do you think is more important, or do you think they're equally important? Do you think saving lives is more important than the economy, or vice versa? Or do you think that we should care about both of them equally? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, those are my thoughts exactly. Thanks for watching. Bye. Get off that.